大家好，我叫董夏琳. Hi everyone, my name is Jocelyn Wittenberg, and today we'll be doing character study on the character Wang. So going into its components first, Wang is more of a pictographic type of character. As you can see on the left-hand side, it was originally used as like showing a net for catching fish. So as you can see here, we have this component here, which is more like the fish or the yu, which is like the water radicals in traditional form, and then this is catching it. Um, and in more in the simplified version, you can see there's the cross patterns, which mean the cross patterns in the nets. And so the meaning of this character is net or network. Looking at its origin, it originally was a pictographic character originating in the oracle bone and bronze inscriptions. And these emphasize crisscross thread patterns for a net, typically used for various purposes. Some of its historical implications, as mentioned earlier, it was used as a physical net in oracle bone and in bronze inscriptions. In the traditional, it was, as seen earlier, the mi was indicating silk or thread, emphasizing the woven net itself, and wang, which indicates the phonetic component of wang. So, yeah. And then it simplified with, as seen earlier, just the two cross hatches, indicating just retaining a net in meaning. And then its modern use was more consistent to more how it is today, as well as in historical context. And currently is more of an abstract meaning, arrived with like network or more like intangible things. So as you can see here, is just a history of how the character has evolved over time, with the first one being very much a net. You can see all the crisscrosses here, and as time goes on, it gets more simplified, with 说文解字 being a little more different than the others, as well as this one right here, and other 说文解字and implications. They all have a very similar meaning and very similar. Actually, they all have the same meaning, but all different depictions of how they're used throughout time. Here's the various scripts. As you can see here, the seal script looks very similar to its current and more simplified version, whereas these kind of more, or these two return to more of a traditional depiction. One thing I also found interesting about the seal script, it also kind of looks like it's like two hanging fish, which I found really interesting. Now on to its modern usages. With words, we have the first one being um, Wang Chun, which means lace bug, which really means net, and then some sort of like summer bug, which it has like that chun. Next one we have, which is, as we'll see in a minute, or as we were talking about earlier, Yu Wang or Yu Wang, which is fishing net, which literally means fish net. The next one we have is 蜘蛛网. So 蜘蛛网, which is spider web. So it literally means spider and web or net. It could be also used for, these are more of the physical representations of it. And its current usages as well, as it's evolved, has meant more abstract, as in like network, internet. So network would be Wang Lo, which is right here. And the last one we have is Hulian Wang, which is internet, which is like you're surfing like the net, or like there's just different connections with each other. And the same goes for network as well. Finally, going into the uses with sentences. The first one we have here, which could be used as a sentence or just a phrase, is a potato mesh bag, which this one literally means tudo, which is potato, and this is net, and this is bag. So wang dai, which is net bag or a mesh bag. The next one we have, which I found really fun, you could use this with your friends or just like it's more of a slang, is 你是网冲吗? So are you an internet addict or are you a nethead? Or it's like pretty much the 网冲 which is like it literally translates to net bug or net head in the sense. So yeah, so that's a fun little internet slang you can use with people. And the last one we have here is 煮饭已经落网, which is the main suspect has been caught. So it can also be used in verbs as well. And the 落网 right here really translates to catch with a net or catch a criminal in this context. So you can use this with anything to do with like escaping or like you're catching some sort of the suspect in this case. And yeah, so as you can see, uh, Wang can be used for many different purposes, as well as can be from abstract to more physical items, but all have to do with connecting or just the physical depiction of a net. 谢谢 everyone for watching today's video. Hope to see you in the next one, and bye bye. 再见.